Alright. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I know I'm a little late. So we should probably just get right into it. I know you guys are raring to go. Alright. Let's see what we've got today. Oh! It's Caitlyn! Okay. I did not think we were getting a champion today. Okay. I'm here for it. Let's see what Caitlyn does. Heck yeah.
Hot on the trail.
Caitlyn is on the case. 3 mana. Okay. For some reason I thought she'd be way more than 3 mana. 3 mana, 3/3. Piltover. 17 cards to be revealed. Did you thought no champ? Yeah, I thought we were getting like a bunch of cards from a bunch of regions. I don't know. But that's not what we got. We got straight up Caitlyn. Straight up. She puts in traps. I knew she'd put in traps. But they're not Yordle snap traps? Okay. 3 mana, 3/3, quick attack. Strike. Plant 2, what does that say? Flash bomb traps? Plant 2 flash bomb traps randomly in the top 10 cards in the enemy deck. Level up. 5 of your traps have been activated. Okay, so like this is super easy to level. Like literally she levels so fast with Teemo, right? Like so easily. I think with Teemo.
Notify patrol to close in on this location.
We'll prepare him a nice welcome.
I didn't do nothing!
Let's investigate. The long arm of the law. She's too far gone. Suspicious activity detected just outside the station.
Oh god. There's gonna be so many cards to look at.
The trap is set. Examining the evidence.
How many of these things can you put in there? Oh, he's gonna draw like 3 of them.
Tell them Caitlyn sends her regards.
Just you and me, Fishbones. And them.
Well, both of you are visiting headquarters. I aim to win, and my aim is excellent.
It's excellent. What is that outfit she's wearing? What the heck is that? Is that a skin? What the heck? 3 mana, 4/4, quick attack. Strike, plant 4 flash bomb traps randomly in the top 10 cards. And deal damage to the enemy nexus equal to the number of your traps activated this round. Okay, we still don't know what the flash bomb trap does. Where's the big purple top hat? What is this outfit? Did someone draw the commando Caitlyn skin by mistake? Oh.
What brings you here?
Business and pleasure, Sheriff.
Boom. I must say, a satisfactory outcome.
Okay. Alright. So they once again show him here, but I'm once again not looking at him there. So, that's really cool and all. One damage to an ally per trap. Yeah, so that's really cool and all, but I don't quite understand what the flash bomb traps do. Okay. So, here they are. Caitlyn, 3 mana, 3/3, quick attack. Hold on. 3 mana, 3/3, quick attack. And she says, strike. Whether she strikes the Nexus or strikes anything else, plant 2 flash bomb traps randomly in the top 10 cards in the enemy deck. And the flash bomb trap is this. Trap, deal 1 damage to a random ally. Oh. I'm not sure I like that. I'm not sure I like that very much. And then she levels up, she strikes, she plants 4 flash bomb traps randomly in the top 10. And then on strike, she also deals damage to the enemy Nexus equal to the number of your traps activated this round. And then, like, it looks like lots of her other followers, like, also put in these traps. Alright, so her champion spell. Her champion spell is Caitlyn's Piltover Peacemaker. Deal 2 to an enemy and plant 2 Flash Bomb traps. This is 3 mana fast. 3 mana Mystic Shot, but it also puts 2 Flash Bomb traps in the top 10 cards. Is that worth 10 mana? Or 10 mana. Is that worth 3 mana? I don't know. I don't think you could just spam these traps like you can shrooms. They want us to. they want us to spam these traps the way you spam shrooms. Next up, we got a new Karina. It is a very good champion spell. As far as champion spells go, it looks okay. It's no Ezreal's Mystic Shot though. This is no Ezreal's Mystic Shot. It's less good than that. The fact that the traps always go in the top 10 does help, right? The fact that the traps always get put in the top 10 cards of the enemy's deck, not just randomly, like with Teemo, does make it better. Does make it better. It's just that the traps, one damage to a random ally. I wish this said like strongest or weakest. I really wish that Flash Bomb trap said deal 1 damage to the weakest ally or deal 1 damage to the strongest ally or something. I don't like random. If your opponent has a tough unit, Flash Bomb trap, like, the game's gonna come down to like how many times it hits the tough unit randomly, which is annoying, right? Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that kind of mechanic. Weakest would snowball way too hard? No. Alright, next up we got Karina Mastermind. 6 mana, 5/5. New Karina card. Play, skill. Plant 5 Flash Bomb traps randomly. Or, whoa. Plant 5 Flash Bomb traps randomly. Not in the top 10 cards, just randomly. Or activate the effects of all traps in the top 5 cards in the enemy deck. Wait. So it's either plant 5 Flash Bomb traps in the top 5 cards, or activate the effects of all traps in the top 5 cards? Oh. Okay. Okay. Wait, what did I miss? Yeah, you missed Caitlyn. Caitlyn's out. Here she is. Beguiling Blossom. Play. Plant 5 Flash Bomb traps randomly in top 5 cards in the enemy deck. Or Volatile Bloom. Plant 5 Flash Bomb traps randomly in the top 5 cards in the enemy deck. Okay, this looks better. Hold on. Hold on, that's better. Or if you think you've gotten a lot of traps, you just pick Volatile Bloom. And it activates them all. I like this card. It is awfully pricey. 6 mana. 6 mana is a lot, but I think this is worth it. 6 mana to like potentially wipe half of your opponent's board. Or like set up a wipe for half your opponent's board by putting in like 5 traps. I like that. Justice Rider. 4 mana, 3/4. Piltover card. Hey, I've seen that stat line somewhere before recently on a Piltover card. Whenever your opponent draws, plant 1 Flash Bomb trap randomly in the top 10 cards in the enemy deck. Whoa! Whenever they draw, punish them for drawing by putting traps in their deck. So that also triggers shrooms, right? Oh, Karina, yes. Volatile Bloom will also activate any puff caps. that are in the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck as well. That is true. Although, that being said, if that doesn't kill your opponent, like if you play Volatile Bloom, if you play Karina Mastermind and you choose Volatile Bloom, and it doesn't kill your opponent, or like completely like take out their champion or anything, for the next 5 draws, your opponent will not be getting any traps, right? Unless you put more in. So Volatile Bloom, while it's like a massive like big bomb, if it doesn't kill, your opponent has like 5 draws worth of breathing room where you and they both know that they're not getting any traps. So I don't know if that's worth it. I don't think Volatile Bloom uses them up. It just activates. Isn't that what a trap does? Isn't that part of what it means to activate a trap? Hold on, let's go to Mobalytics. Let's go to Mobalytics. Let's look up Puff Cap. Oh, I don't get to trap. Attaches to another card, trapping it. When the trapped card is drawn, perform the effect. I guess we don't know. So you're saying that it activates them, but they are still around? I find that hard to believe. But I guess we don't know. If it doesn't use them up, it's nuts. If it does, it's fine. I think I agree. If Volatile Bloom leaves the traps in the top 5 cards and doesn't use them up, then it's insane. But if it uses them up, then it's still pretty good. Like, it's still good, right? Because sometimes you'll just kill your opponent with it. I like it. Alright. Justice Rider looks good. Officer Squad. 5 mana, 4/5. When I'm summoned, create a Most Wanted in hand, which is another card you can put in your deck. Most Wanted. 5 mana slow. 5 mana slow. Pick a player. Ooh, pick a player to discard their lowest cost card to draw 3. Discard their lowest cost card to draw 3 cards. Oh, multiplayer battles confirmed. 2v2, let's go. No. It means you or your opponent. So you can use this to either discard your own lowest cost card and this to draw 3, which is like a pretty bad card draw spell. This is a slow mana, a slow speed 5 mana, like draw 2. Unless you're running discardables, right? If you have like a Flame Chompers in hand, then I guess this is like a 5 mana slow speed, draw 3. And play the Flame Chompers. However, it's also 5 mana, force your opponent to discard a card, and then make them draw 3, and potentially kill them with Puff Caps, right? At 5 mana, this is a little slow. Fuck this card, let's talk about multiplayer battles. We're not getting calm yourself, Powerzall. We're not getting multiplayer battles. Not anytime soon, anyway. Not anytime soon. Let's talk about how Station Archivist is nuts. Alright, let's look at Station Archivist. Oh, right. I keep forgetting. This is supposed to be for YouTube. The chat is supposed to be, like, YouTubeable. What am I doing? Alright. Station Archivist. 3 mana, 3/3, play. Pick a spell in the top 5 cards of your deck and create an exact fleeting copy in hand. Pick a spell in the top 5 cards of your deck and create an exact fleeting copy. Is that nuts? That seems pretty alright. There's lots of good spells in Piltover. It's mostly gonna be like Mystic Shot, right? What are you usually gonna pick with this? Like Mystic Shot, right? So Most Wanted is it's a little slow. Officer Squad is a 5 mana 4/5 that just makes a Most Wanted, which is also pretty slow. But cards that make other cards, even if the cards that are made by other cards tend to be kind of bad, the cards that make them tend to be kind of good, right? Now 5 mana for a 4/5 that does that, I think that's still pretty alright. Right? Because this can be like a finisher. It's not a terrible card, right? Most Wanted in a puff cap slash Caitlyn deck. Like a puff cap, what are these things called? Flash trap? Flash bomb? In a puff cap slash flash bomb deck, Most Wanted isn't terrible. It's a good way to like kill your opponent. I wouldn't main deck it, but I think I would maybe main deck Officer Squad. We'll have to check. We'll have to see. We'll have to test it. That's 10 mana you're committing to a puff cap finisher. Could be done over multiple turns, but meh. I mean, no. It's 5 mana you're spending on a 4/5. And 5 mana you're spending on a finisher, right? So it's a big body. A very decent body, right? 5 mana for a 4/5 is not bad. That's Screeching Dragon stats, right? You like Screeching Dragon cheats a little because it has Fury and it gets bigger and so it has more stats, and it has Challenger. But still, like, this isn't terrible. This is not a bad stat line for 5 mana. And you're getting an extra card that you can do whatever you want with. That seems fine. Alright, what's up next? Sting Officer. 2 mana, 2/1 elusive. Uh-oh. Alright, Piltover gets a 2 mana, 2/1 elusive. That's scary. Nexus Strike. Plant 2 Flash Bomb traps randomly in the top 10 cards of the enemy deck. Okay. Nexus Strike, plant 2. 2 Flash Bomb traps. I mean, this is basically the Kelp Maidens, right? This card is almost exactly Kelp Maidens, except instead of giving you a prank, it puts 2 Flash Bombs in the enemy deck. That seems risky. A card like this seems awfully risky to me, but it might not be bad. I think cards like this will depend on how heavily the meta is using things like Make It Rain, things like Poison Dart, things like Go Hard, Vile Feast, right? Mystic Shot. It depends on how many things can kill this efficiently. But if there aren't that many, this card is going to be great, right? If there aren't that many, then this is a really good card. He would be much better if it were a 1/2. I think I agree. I think I would prefer a 1/2. I think that's true. But as a 2/1, it does deal more damage. I just think it's less likely to Nexus Strike, right? I have to think that at 2/1 stat line, the odds of you getting a Nexus Strike with this guy are just slim. But, you know, who knows how the meta will shift, right? Who knows how the meta will change? Maybe it's not that hard. Alright. Ambush. Next up, we got Ambush. 2 mana burst speed Piltover card. I haven't been saying it, but these are all Piltover cards. It looks like we're getting every new Piltover card in one fell swoop here. Ambush. Give a unit +2 attack this round. If you've added 2 or more cards to your hand this round, give it elusive this round. Uh-oh. 2 mana, give a unit 2 attack and elusive? Uh-oh. That's a little scary. This is way better than Shell Game. Okay, we have to talk about Ambush. This card might make Draven Riven tier 0. Literally just this plus Ballistic Bot is all you need. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if we've ever gotten confirmation on exactly what 2+ cards added to your hand this round means, but I imagine that means your draw per turn plus anything. which means if you have a ballistic bot on the field at round start, ambush will be active always, right? Ambush will be active for as long as your ballistic bot survives, and then there's other ways to activate it as well. Yeah, and in a Draven Riven deck, that will be very easy, right? It's not just ballistic bot, it's Draven, it's Riven, right? Riven activates this, Draven activates this. Everything that puts a blade fragment in your hand activates this. Even playing all the blade fragments and putting the sword into your hand activates this. This is so easy for Draven Riven to activate. You're right. It's active in Draven Riven literally every turn. It kind of is. It kind of is. Yeah, it kind of is. But I mean, does Draven Riven want elusive? Don't they generally like already have overwhelm? What do they need elusive for? No, they'll find a way to use that. No, I'm wrong. They'll find a way to use it. And its floor value is 2 extra damage? Yeah. For overwhelm. Yeah. Today's edition of weird version of Ghost? Yeah, but this one's good though. This is a good Ghost, right? This is 1 more mana for 2 more attack. This is a I don't know that it's better than Ghost, but it's better than Sumpworks map, I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you right now, it's better than Sumpworks map. All right. Next up, we got Coup De Grace. Coup De Grace. 5 mana, fast speed spell for Piltover. Place an enemy follower into the enemy deck. Okay, apparently a lot of regions are getting this now. Place an enemy follower into the enemy deck, and then your opponent draws 1. Then your opponent draws 1. It is fast. This is fast. Which makes it much better than, you know, Poppy's version that we saw yesterday. The Keeper's Verdict, right? This is much better than Keeper's Verdict. In trap decks, is it better than Will of Ionia? Maybe? The fact, okay, it's 1 more mana. We have to compare this to Will of Ionia, right? It's 1 more mana, and in exchange, the unit doesn't go back to your opponent's hand. It goes back in their deck, but they draw a new card. Right? They replace it with something random from their deck. Which usually is a good thing for you, right? Usually that's a good thing for the Coup De Grace player, because you wanted that, whatever you're removing, you wanted to be gone. And they're drawing a card which activates traps. This seems okay. This seems alright for Puffcap decks. This actually seems pretty decent. It's follower only. Ooh, it's enemy follower. It's not unit. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts a lot. Oh, that might kill it. Being follower only is pretty bad. Being follower only is pretty devastating. Why is this follower only? Just let this hit champions. There's no reason this can't hit champions. Yeah, that kind of... I think that might kill it. Not being able to target enemy champions kills so many cards, and I don't think this is going to be an exception. That's unfortunate. Alright. Well, if this could target champions, I think it would be close. I think it would be close to good. Because it can't, I don't think we can look at it very much. Probably too good if it can hit champs. I don't even know if that's true. Maybe it would. 5 mana to like put something back in your opponent's deck. That's actually like really strong, right? That's actually like really strong. And then they draw a card and activate all the traps again. Yeah, I just don't think we can... I don't think we can run it as a, you know, as a card that can't hit champions. It's close, though. Alright, next up. Advanced Intel. 1 mana burst. Plant 2 Flash Bomb traps. Oh, this is just oh, this is just the traps version of Puff Cap Cloud. You're not gonna put this in your deck on purpose. I don't think. And Advanced Intel looks awfully familiar. It looks like this card. You're not gonna put that in your deck on purpose. You're just not. Alright. Insider Knowledge. 3 mana, fast speed. Last card on this list. 3 mana, fast speed. Both players draw 2. Ooh. So this is just like... This is kind of like Hexcore Foundry. Except it's a spell that costs 2. Or it's a spell at fast speed instead of like a landmark that you have to spend unit mana on. This is what makes Officer Squad bad? Maybe. Do we even run this? Do we even run this ever over Hexcore Foundry? Why would I pay 3 mana for both players to draw 2 when I could pay 3 mana to make both players draw a potentially infinite amount? If you're really hard trying to mill them, you'd run both? I'm not trying to mill the poor fools. Cost 3 for Tri-Beam, sure. That probably won't matter. The next question is, does anybody outside of Puffcap decks, outside of like Puffcap Caitlyn decks, does anybody else want to run this? Like Draven Ezreal? Does Draven Ezreal want to run this card? Insider Knowledge? I'm thinking potentially. Like a little? Cost 3, activates Tri-Beam, gives you cards. Like, Draven Ezreal doesn't generally play to like run your opponent out of gas, right? Sometimes it does. But sometimes it plays to like burn your opponent out. I can see a Draven Ezreal deck where they don't care how many cards their opponent has. They could just be like, yeah, take 2 free cards. I don't care. I'm still gonna play level 2 Ezreal. I'm still gonna play Captain Farron, and you're still gonna die, right? I can see that potentially. So this is a very interesting card. And I guess it's just options, right? If you don't want to play Hexcore Foundry, like because you like really need a 3-drop, like maybe because your 3-drop slots are full, right? Maybe like you'd love to play Hexcore Foundry, but your 3-drops are taken up. Oh, for instance, your 3-drop slots are taken up by Caitlyn and Puffcap Peddler, and so you can't afford for any more 3-drops. And so you run Insider Knowledge because you can't play Hexcore Foundry on 3. I could see that. Maybe Foundry's like still better. Maybe it's still better to just play Foundry on 4. But like, I can see a world. I can see a world. This whole thing seems to me like Zillion Echo. Cool, but won't work. You think so? I don't know. I think this has more flexibility than Zillion Echo. Zillion Echo has this thing where Echo synergizes. It's like Lurk. Echo synergizes with a particular word, and that word is Predict. And so you have to run that word in order to make Echo work. And that's the same with like Fallen Feline, and it's the same with Drop Border, right? You need specifically the word Predict. Caitlyn doesn't need particularly any word. Like maybe Flash. You could argue that she needs Flash Bomb traps, but not really. If you just run Caitlyn in a Puffcap deck, that, you know, she needs the word trap to level up, but she doesn't need anything else, right? So you could build a deck like we're all probably imagining an all-in like Flash Bomb Puffcap deck where you just like fill the enemy's deck as much as possible with all these traps. But I don't think she's stuck there. I don't think Caitlyn requires that deck to function. I think you can put her in like a soft trap deck and still have her make sense as well. Then again, her level up requires you like her level up only matters like if you are activating a bunch of traps every round. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she is stuck there. Nah, maybe Caitlyn is stuck in like the all-in traps deck. But I don't think her followers are. Especially not Station Archivist. This can be put in a lot of decks. This is probably not at all a puff cap card. Station Archivist is probably like a good card for a lot of PNC decks, and I just can't even begin to fathom where she's going. She's probably just gonna be in a lot of decks. Her payoff is only good if you're going nuts. Yeah, her payoff's kind of good, only good if you're going nuts. Her traps are good tempo, and she could fit in something like Zoe Vi. Maybe. But then it wouldn't be Zoe Vi, would it? It'd be like Zoe Caitlyn. If enemy doesn't have units, do they take Nexus damage? Doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. Random ally does not imply Nexus if no units are there. I wish it did. If this said like if there were no units, deal 1 to the Nexus, it'd make it a lot better. It'd make it much better. But it doesn't look like that's what it does. Now consider Caitlyn decks with Ava doubling damage. I mean, yeah. Ava Achiever is gonna make everything deal double damage and stuff. But like, you can't play Ava Achiever and Karina Mastermind, right? That would be the dream. The dream would be to play Ava Achiever on round 6, and then play Karina Mastermind on round 7, and choose Volatile Bloom and just blow your opponent all to hell. But like, that'll never happen, right? You're never doing that. you're never doing that. Archivist is insane. She's a Tri-Beam stacker. She's 3 mana, 3/3 tutor a particular spell. Huge increase for Tri-Beam consistency since you can tutor for it as well. Oh god. Wait, you're right. Station Archivist is like Draven Ezreal's wet dream, isn't it? It buffs Tri-Beam and then it gives you whatever spell you like. Well, not whatever spell, but it lets you look for like certain spells that you want to like answer your opponent's board at the moment. And then if you don't want those spells, like, and then even if like the spell is fleeting is the problem. So you have to play this when you have lots of spell mana. But if you're in a Draven Ezreal deck and you like Station Archivist only pulls up like 2 cards and you hate them both. If Station Archivist picks up 2 cards that either you can't play or you don't want, like say you have 3 spell mana and it gives you like Static Shock, Rummage, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, that sucks. You're gonna pick Rummage and then like you'll just discard it with like something else, right? You'll just play like Get Excited and discard the fleeting Rummage and you're fine anyway. Like there's no world in which Station Archivist doesn't do something nice for Draven Ezreal. I think you're right. I think this card is pretty good. Alright, cool. Cool. Normally I would go back over and like give my basic like impression of how good each card is going to be, but I think I kind of did that on my first round through this time. On the whole, this archetype looks questionable, right? It looks, this whole puff cap flash bomb archetype looks a little questionable, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to imagine, right? Like, even with all these cards that I've seen, I still can't quite grasp how quickly I'm going to be filling my opponent's deck with flash bombs. And we've never had text that says plant something in the top 10 cards of the enemy deck. So it's really hard to evaluate how good it is to put something in the top 10 cards of your enemy's deck. That could be really strong. I doubt it, but you know, it could be that we get some sick consistency out of these traps since they're put in sooner than puff caps. Like the chances of you putting in a flash bomb just like on the top card are like 3 times higher, right? Yeah, I think that's actually mathematically almost true. If your opponent has 30 cards in their deck, they are 3 times likelier to draw a flash bomb at any point in the game than a puff cap. If there's one of each, right? The difference is that puff caps put like, you know, usually put like 5 puff caps whenever you put a flash bomb. So like, you know, it's hard to evaluate. It's hard to evaluate how good this is. It's definitely worth testing. It could be trash. This could be the new, you know, Echo Zillion. Like, it just doesn't quite make sense. But at the same time, we all thought, when we saw the Teemo puff cap cards, we all thought that like Teemo was gonna be like the new meta, right? So like, maybe Teemo Caitlyn is still gonna like be a good deck and make a lot of sense, and Teemo will just be the better half of it. Maybe Teemo will be the good half and Caitlyn will be like the supporting half. I think the deck will still make a certain amount of sense. It's possible that we're gonna abandon Caitlyn at some point and just build Teemo decks. Like we'll just make Teemo with like some other region and like abandon Caitlyn entirely. That's possible. I hope that's not how it goes. I hope that's not the end result, but it is possible. Cause I like this. I'm gonna build a flash bomb puff cap deck. I'm gonna build an all-in Caitlyn Teemo deck and just go nuts all over my opponent's deck. I am going to do that. And then I'll let you know whether it's bad. And then I'll let you know personally how bad it is. Gamer up, you might run puff caps and traps together. Puff cap received some cards that are for a mid-range version, I think. I mean, okay, maybe. But if you draw a trap, you are not drawing a real card, right? With puff caps, you still get your card. No, puff caps are traps. No. Ichi Musai. Puff caps are traps. Flash bombs work exactly the same way puff caps work. If you draw a card with a flash bomb on it, the flash bomb happens, but you still get the card. Yeah. Well, everyone gonna start off with Kate times Teemo anyway? Yeah, we're all gonna start off with Caitlyn times Teemo, and then when it's bad for some reason, when it's bad for whatever reason, we'll test other things. Yeah. Cool. All right. I like it. I'm excited. I think these are pretty cool. I still don't understand Caitlyn's outfit in her level 2 art. But, you know, that's not for me to judge. that's none of my business. She can dress however she wants. All right. Pretty cool. Man, 2 champions in a row. What do you guys think we're getting tomorrow? What cards do you think that we're getting tomorrow? Is it a 3rd champion? Are we getting Gnar tomorrow? God.